Hey folks, good evening. How you doing? It's Low Pro coming at you again. Hey, I just want to do another quick video about silver and what kind of silver and gold for that matter, but particularly silver because it seems like more people are buying silver because obviously the price fits more people's budgets. I'm not going to break out all the different kinds of silver. I'm sure anybody watching this probably already knows. Um, but when it comes to what kind of silver should you get, you know, basically you want to kind of think of a couple of reasons why you want to get certain types. Okay, you have the junk silver, which obviously is not junk, but they're coins minted by the mint. Particularly dimes, quarters, and 50-cent pieces from 1964 and earlier and 40% silver half dollars from 1965 to 1970. Those are always good to have because I don't know. There's been all this talk about counterfeiting and how dimes and quarters, it's not worth counterfeiting, so those are your safest bets. Um, the whole counterfeiting thing, it's like, yeah, I'm sure it's happening. Silver, I think personally, is not at the dollar or the price point yet where it's really worth it, like it would be for gold. But I'm sure it's happening out there. I'm not sure it's happening as much as people are being told or being actually fooled. I think they're trying to scare people like us who acquire silver, who buy silver. Be careful. It's all counterfeit, because they don't want us to own it. These big friggin' bankers, they want to keep it all and don't want the regular guy like you and I or the regular girl, because I know there's plenty of women that are silver buyers as well. They don't want us owning it, so they want to scare us. You hear that in the mainstream media, but you don't hear how silver is a good investment usually. They always just talk about gold or whatever. So anyway, my personal preference, okay, when I first started out a couple years ago, I wanted to get the kookaburras and the eagles and all the different, not rolls of stuff, just like individual pieces because I thought they looked cool and all this stuff. But with all the packaging that they're in and all this other stuff, space becomes an issue once you get so much of it. So for me personally, I have learned over the years it's good to have diversity in terms of your coinage. Have plenty of half dollars. Get several rolls of half dollars. Get a lot of rolls of quarters. Get a lot of rolls of dimes. Of course, all 1964 or earlier. That's always good to have. Also, if you can get tubes of eagles or maple leafs, government issued stuff, especially maple leafs, they're 0.9999. They're the finest, purest. Um, you know, um, I happen to like them, a lot. Eagles, and then once I started, getting a lot of all of that stuff, then you're thinking like, wow, this is taking up a lot of space. I want to start, thinking about what's going to be easiest to buy, what's going to be easiest to sell, when the time comes. So then I started doing the 5-ounce bars and then ultimately the 10-ounce bars. I haven't got any 100-ounce bars. I think it's too big. I think it's going to be difficult to sell. It's like whoever you're selling it to, they're going to probably want to drill into it or who knows what, and it could just cause a pain in the ass for you. So, and for the buyer, your buyer. So, what I recommend is having rolls of eagles, having rolls of maple leafs, having rolls of the Vienna Philharmonics, those government issued type coins, rolls of kookaburras if you want, but those are usually carry a pretty high premium. But mainly just either generic or Engelhard or Johnson Matthey. I prefer Engelhard, but some people like the generic stuff because it carries a lower premium. They just look at it as bullion, and that's essentially what it is. But some people won't buy the generic because they're not sure where it came from and how real it is. So if they see the Engelhard or the Johnson Matthey on there, then they're gonna take it quicker and actually probably pay you a little higher premium over the generic stuff. So for me personally, I like the Engelhard bars, 10-ounce bars. They're easily stacked. you stack them easily. They don't take up all that much space. Like you get all these individual things with the um, what are those darn things called? The air tights, and you get like, just say just like 100 eagles all in air tights. I mean, you're going to take up a lot of space. Imagine when you get up to 1,000, a couple thousand of them, it takes up a lot of space. So if you just get some bars, that's probably your best bet. That's what I've come to realize after a couple years of investing in silver and gold. Gold, now that's a whole different thing for me. I obviously I'm not some kind of wealthy guy that can buy 10-ounce bars of gold. I buy numismatic gold. I buy old gold. I buy gold that's like 100 years old or roughly 100 years old. I buy quarter ounce. I buy quarter eagles. The $5 quarter eagles, all graded from either PCGS or NGC. I like to have some slab stuff. And I do have others. I have some slab silver stuff as well because that's just for my own personal enjoyment. Um, not as much for my like silver bullion, kind of thing. That's just for my own like personal enjoyment, for my own viewing pleasure, whatever. But the gold, you know, uh, these coins are rare. They're rare. Some of these coins are just really rare, and I buy them in fractional. I don't buy ounces. First of all, they are more expensive, because I try to buy rare ones and whatever, and that's just my own personal kind of thing. But for gold, probably fractional amounts, like 1/10 ounce, quarter ounce, half ounce, and if they're slabbed from PCGS or NGC, and now like ICG is kind of coming into play a little more and more. These are companies that are credible, and you're not going to really have a problem when you go to sell them. If you just have them in those little cardboard things with the plastic and you have a gold coin, people are a little, they're going to break out the scale and do all this stuff. Well, they should do that anyway. But, it's just if things are slabbed with respect to gold, you're not going to have much of an issue. But with silver, that's the conclusion that I have come to. Get what you want, but I think in the end, you will also find that it's easier if you just have 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, ounce, just get as many 10-ounce bars as you can. I know you probably want to buy like maybe one, coin or a couple coins at a time because, the money situation, but you're better off just saving until you have enough for a bar. Then boom, you have it. It feels great. It's easily stacked, you can store it, and then, you just build on that. So that's just my 2 cents, if you will, on what types of silver to get. So I hope that helped. Leave any comments, anything. Also, as usual, I want to tell you about Preservation of Wealth and where you can get gold and silver bullion at cost. You cut out that last dealer markup like you would be paying with APMEX or Goldline or whatever. I mean, you could save basically $1,000 from on a monster box from POW versus someplace like Goldline or APMEX. So another thing you might want to look at, it's a kind of a home business idea as well. Well, it's not kind of, it is a home business idea as well. As you refer people, the company compensates you, and so on and so forth. But I'll leave some info on that. You can take a look at that if you like. But that's my video for what types of silver you should buy. I hope you enjoyed it, and please, like I said, leave any comments or contact me if you'd like any more information with regards to Preservation of Wealth. All right, we'll see you on the next video. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.